Excellent.
Kia ora. Welcome to Neat and Not by the Sea. My name is Catherine. My pronouns are she, her, and we are at Victoria's house today, late on a Saturday.
Kia ora, my name is Victoria, my pronouns are she, her, and welcome to my house that you've been to many times before.
Yep. So we're late because Christina's back home, my youngest, from Europe, and I wanted to be home for her first evening at home. We picked her up on the Wednesday, but late. We arrived home at kind of 9:30. And I thought, oh no, I want to be home on the Thursday. Well, she was completely asleep because she's jet lagged. I could have come.
It's all good. No, actually, it's worked out perfectly because Catherine arrived here probably an hour and a half ago. We went out for lunch to the local cafe. It was delicious. We had halloumi burgers.
Yes, so if you haven't discovered halloumi burgers, we were talking about it at the cafe because halloumi burgers are just the best thing. Victoria's a vegetarian, and this is completely vegetarian, and she's like looks forward to halloumi burger because it's like food of gods.
I'm not a vegetarian, I think is what you meant to say.
I thought I said that.
No, you said Victoria's a vegetarian.
Oh, Victoria's not a vegetarian.
Not a vegetarian.
No. So she's not a vegetarian, but she likes it. I'm very tired, so I'm likely to say all sorts of things wrong.
Catherine's the vegetarian.
Yeah.
And she's always disappointed with her meals, but not with the halloumi burger.
Not with the halloumi burger. In fact, Martin texted me when we were having our lunch saying, I hope your food is not disappointing, because most of my meals are disappointing when I eat out. So, what I wanted to say is, if you haven't tried halloumi, it's a type of cheese. I'm not sure where it comes from. It's squeaky, and you fry it. What country? God,
the supermarket
such an
country.
ignoramus. Have a go. Because, I'm 51. I don't think there are that many meals that I haven't, like that many ingredients that I'll come across. I'm hoping there are some. I discovered pesto probably 25 years ago. And I discovered halloumi probably about 5 years ago. So there could be other exciting things. So anyway, it's very good. If you're in Dunedin, go to, what's it called?
I don't know, it's the one on the corner.
Port Chalmers.
Is it?
The cafe nearest the port.
Union Co.
Union Co. So good. Halloumi burger. So
delicious.
Good. Lots of veggies. It doesn't come with chips. They're
No,
quite
it's
a
just
healthy
burger,
cafe.
but
They try
it's nice, lovely sized. We did finish up with a piece of cake, but
of course we had cake and coffee.
now we're pretty much in food comas.
Yeah, I was tired before. Then I woke up for about 20 minutes. I was like, I'm tired again. So it was very good. So try halloumi if you haven't tried it, but also if there's an ingredient out there that's a little bit obscure, let us know, especially for the vegetarian. Yeah, so what I was going to say is Martin and I were talking about food is disappointing when we go out for meals, even for him.
Yeah.
And we thought maybe what we should do is once a fortnight go shopping and try something new.
Ooh.
And like cook together.
Yeah.
Like
something, a recipe you haven't
couples,
tried.
like young couples when they're
So
first in love and they
romantic.
pretend to like cooking together. Anyway, so we're here a couple of days late, but that's okay. I'll film Spanish after this if I'm awake. It is going to be a short one, but
How many times do we say that? But yeah, this is going to be a
3
short one.
minutes 25 and we're not started yet. So news. What's new in your world?
So what have I been up to for the last 2.5 weeks? Not a lot. Work has been a bit crazy, so a lot of late nights, not an awful lot of stitching. I think I said in the last podcast, my brother and his partner are expecting a baby,
Yes.
so I have started the quilt for that, and I've got that to show you. I've also done a bit of shopping for that, because I accidentally fell into the baby shop. It's been work. A little bit of stitching the last couple of days, but mainly it's just been work.
Work after 5 as well, which is not good.
Yeah, if I don't get home till 8 o'clock, I don't generally pick up my stitching. It's like, no, I'm done.
Yeah. And New Zealand is kind of you finish at 5 sort of country, so, it's not good, is it?
It is getting lighter in the
naturally.
evenings though, so
It is.
winter's coming to an end, which is
And in the
fantastic.
mornings, but they're going to do the light thing soon, and so it's going to get dark in the
same.
mornings again.
Yeah.
Or is that how it goes? No, dark
No,
in the evening
dark in
again.
the evenings
Yeah.
again. So
Yeah.
That's all right.
That's right, yep. The only thing that's new in my world is that Christina's home. Yay!
Nice.
Which means I'm more relaxed. Sophia's still in Europe and she's going to go... She probably has less than a week in the UK before she goes to Barcelona.
Wow. When does her courses start?
Beginning of September.
Nice.
Yeah.
Her educational courses, not her menstrual cycle courses.
What's she like? Yeah, she's doing. She's studying in Barcelona for the last term of uni. It's very exciting. So speaking of Sophia, so she was relaxing.
Yes.
And she was struggling a little bit. So Christina travelled alone a lot, and that's hard. And Sophia travelled mostly meeting up with friends, because she has a lot of friends in Europe, because they have finished their degrees and they've gone to Europe. So she ended up in Brighton for a week on her own, and she was like, Mum, I think I'm going to cancel because I really don't enjoy this being alone thing, and I just don't like it. I don't feel settled. And I said, sweetie, why don't you try watching Fisk, which is like my main recommendation of this month. Watch Fisk, Fisk on Netflix. Oh my God, so funny. And go on Pinterest. And getting points from your 23-year-old, she's 23 now, birthday in Europe. She was like, Mum, you're the best. These are the best recommendations. I'm in bed watching Fisk and I've got Pinterest on the other screen.
Nice.
It was great.
Just having a bit of decompression time.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
but also she went to Brighton because friends from London can visit her. So it's all good. It's all
Excellent.
good. I'm very, very happy. I have completely missed everything I wanted to see for the International Film Festival.
Good job.
Story of my life. But yeah, I'm just too tired. I am not working past my work contract hours, but I am quite stressed. Can anyone send me like Spidergraph sympathy? I have to do a Spidergraph for this report. I don't know what I'm doing. It has to do with Excel. And I'm frightened. I've basically been frightened for a month.
Doesn't sound fun. I don't even know what it is, but it sounds horrendous.
It looks like a spider web with like little dots with data. Anyway, so enough of that frivolity. Life is good. We're here a bit late. I'll film in Spanish after. And what shall we start with? Do you have an FFO?
I do not have an FFO. Do you have an FFO?
No. So do you have an FO?
I do. So, I feel this is the first finish I have had since January.
Boom,
So,
boom, boom.
Even though it's not an FFO. So that's Barbara Anna Sailing Dreams, which you will have seen the last few podcasts. But look, she's done.
Woo.
I'm slightly disappointed. I think the background fabric is too similar to a lot of the threads, so it gets a little bit lost. But she's done, and she's
Not in
lovely.
real life, I don't think.
You don't think?
It's subtle. But subtle's good sometimes. It's
pretty.
subtle, and it's almost like sea foam. The hair becomes sea foam
Yeah.
for the boats. I think it looks very pretty.
It's pretty. I'll get that framed, and she can go up on the wall.
Woo!
I was very pleased to get that finished on Thursday.
It's amazing that you got something finished this fortnight, to be honest.
Oh, I know. I haven't, you look at my book where I note down what I've stitched, and I haven't stitched for 10 days in a row. It's
Not
crazy.
value for money if you're not annotating stitching days on your,
I
on
know.
your book.
I know.
Little days.
It just makes me feel bad.
Oh, that's what everyone wants. A bit of pressure.
So that is my FO.
Yeah, I don't have any FOs. I do have an FO in the quilting world, but we'll do that later. Okay, shall we do
Just whips.
whips? Yeah, work in progress. What have you got?
Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
Oh, I can go first. Right. So, I only focused on 2 projects I say that. I did 3 days. But just 2 projects, like I said, I just felt like I wanted to make progress, and the only way to make progress was to actually focus on a couple of things. Oh, look, and the front page is not where I thought it was going to be, so we'll just keep chatting. Okay, so this project is Consider the Lilies, which I love. I love this designer, Beth Twist. Such a beautiful project. So, very little progress. But what happened? So what I'm trying to do is, I try to do things in pairs because it's very symmetrical, this design. And see how fancy I am? Okay, so this is the one that I turned into a political piece. And so what I have done, so this is the piece.
Oh, she's beautiful.
Yeah, I love it. And I have done this little flower here with all my own colours.
So cute.
You might not be able to see it actually because of the lighting, but on the corners of this pink there's mustard, sort of mustardy gold. Same here. And so on this side, what I did is the flower itself is mustardy, and then the accents are in the shocking pink.
Beautiful.
So I'm really happy with that. And then this is the anecdote bit. I posted something on my Instagram. I've already told Victoria, so you can look bored. I posted something on Instagram from AOC, who's a congresswoman, congressperson? She's in Congress in the US. I love her. She's a young woman, very clever, like doing the hard work for people that need it most, in my humble opinion. So I think she's fantastic. So she's gone to various countries in Latin America. And so I follow her on Instagram, so I see what she's doing. And she went to Chile, and she was talking to another member of parliament, minister for something, woman. Anyway, I got all excited. I reposted it on Instagram, and someone contacted me and said, that woman is destroying my country. And I was like, oh no, I didn't realize, I'm sorry, I'll take it down. So I took down my story. Then I contacted my friend in Chile. I was like, what's the story with this politician? And she said, oh, people don't like her because she's a communist, but she's great. I was like, damn it, I've already taken down my story. So that reminded me, because I am all about helping people that don't have enough. It's not about helping the rich, right? They're okay. So what I did, it reminded me that this political piece was a political piece, and I had been quite shy of doing my people. So I'll show you the picture in a minute. But this is the piece that says, and I found this saying in a piece of art in Chile that I bought, like a screen print that I bought from an artist. And it says, no más criminalización a la protesta social. Stop criminalizing social protest, which is a right. Lots of countries are trying to criminalize social protest. Anyway, so I thought of that, and I was disappointed with myself that I hadn't checked first. I had Googled what was the controversy with this, and I hadn't found anything, but I contacted my friend after. So anyway, I've started on my people, and I'll show you what the people should look like. So the people should be Adam and Eve, and you know that I don't, this whole thing about woman's fault, yeah, I'm not having it. Not really interested in that. So, if you know anything about what's happening in Peru, that Amnesty International has done a report and said that the killings are government killings, illegal government killings. Like, it's not just like people are being hypersensitive here. So Peruvians have been protesting. They feel that the new president is a dictator, and the police have just been brutally killing people. And they're killing indigenous and poor people. They're not killing white Peruvians that have money. So there's a particular department, we have departments in Peru. There's a particular department called Puno, and it's very rich in minerals. So what they're saying is, they're trying to crush us because what they want is our lithium.
Goes in your batteries.
That goes in the electric batteries and phones and all sorts of things. So they have, in fact I can show it on my phone. They have so the women of Puno are very strong women. They're known as being very strong women. They're matriarchs. So I decided that I wanted to depict them, and I really wanted to depict women. Where is my phone, Victoria? Have you?
I'm not sure. Probably.
Oh, it's here.
I did think I was full of halloumi burger and cake, but maybe not.
And the phone. They have a very particular dress that they wear. So it's this.
Cool.
So they have a bowler hat, black top, and it's a red skirt, particularly I find quite fetching. They've got belts, woven belts in different colors, and they've also got a lilla, which is like a square, like a shawl kind of thing. Yeah. So I wanted to depict them. So I'm not having a man and a woman with a woman being blamed for everything.
That's beautiful. I love that idea.
I am having two women. So I don't know. Does this happen to you that sometimes you have to do something and it just feels too complicated? And then 3 weeks later you go back to it, it's like, oh, this was not complicated at all.
Yeah. Yep.
So I just started with the legs. And I'm just making the skirt where there should be more leg, and then I'll go. I wanted them to face each other, but I just copied this to here. So they're facing away, but they're still going to be facing, like their feet might be directed this way, but their faces will be looking straight ahead. So I'm thrilled. God, that's a
Beautiful.
lot of words to say. I've done very little. But I'm on my way now.
It's beautiful.
I'm very excited now. Yay! And so
Good
yes, very happy. And of course, who doesn't love Beth Twist?
She does some
I
beautiful
suspect
stuff.
most Flosstubers have done Beth Twist, or at least started it. I mean, it is a bit of a monster,
Yeah.
but very beautiful.
Or are waiting for their friends to finish with their patterns so that they can give it to me. But then I've just realised you bought that as an online pattern, so you will not be giving it to me.
Oh, I don't know.
No, you can't with the online ones. I don't
No,
know.
I
why.
think that's a made-up rule. I'm actually going to ask the copyright
People. Cool.
at the university. More out of curiosity than anything. I think it's really bad if you get an online pattern, you send it to 40 friends.
Yes,
that's
that's
not
all-
on.
yeah.
But if I finished with a pattern that I've used once, and then I gave it to my next friend, how is that different from giving you the paper? Controversial talk.
Controversial talk. We don't
Yeah,
know. We'll
so I
work it
don't know.
out.
But
She's still got heaps to do. We've got a while before we
But
cross
also
that bridge.
out of curiosity, I just want to find out from the copyright
Yeah,
manager
what's the-
what, you know,
Yeah.
just explain things to me. I'm a bit embarrassed because it's like, hi, can I interrupt your day to talk about cross-stitch patterns? But I know him, so it'll be fine. Anyway,
So I have
Go
also
on.
made a tiny bit of progress on the boom that I'm doing through Stitch Witches in Dunedin.
it's a bomb.
Bomb.
Block of the month.
Block of the month.
Yeah.
So haven't finished this month, haven't started next month. So this is Snow Garden, and
Oh, but are you trying to do one a month? Oh, of course, block
That's
of the
the
month.
idea, yeah.
That's the idea, yeah.
I'm a little bit behind, but that's okay.
Doesn't matter, man.
So I've got more of the house done.
Those take forever. There's a lot
It's
of fill.
surprising how much.
Yeah, yeah.
She's coming along. That looks really nice.
What
on
month
the
is
screen.
this?
This is the January month.
Okay. It's gonna look
Well, the
very
first one.
pretty.
This is month 1, but I think the months start on the 20th. So technically, does that mean I think we're supposed to have it finished? I don't know. I'll just get them done when they get done. It's gorgeous. It's coming along.
Very lovely.
Do you want to show your next one?
Yeah. I've just got one thing. So we were talking about project bags. So this is one type of project
Oh,
bag I
yeah.
have with drawstrings that I made from kimono
Kimono.
fabric, which I love. Who doesn't love peonies?
Beautiful.
Oh, beautiful. Can't wait for spring and for my peonies to come through. And this is another project bag that I have, which is a patchwork cushion cover. I've made a tiny bit more progress on this one. So this one, another Beth Twist from Heartstring Samplery. And this one's His Eyes on the Sparrow. Love, love, love her work. She's amazing. And I kept, oh my God, I figured out how to do albums on the
Oh.
phone, on the electric telephone.
Oh, yeah, I was supposed to show you that next time we caught up.
Yeah,
You've
no,
worked it out.
I've
Well
worked it
done.
out.
It's
Okay.
life-changing when you're not scrolling through 5 years of photos to find.
Okay, can I remember what I did?
You sent me photos. You did... No. Was it these ones?
Okay, I know what I did. So I did these two little flower pots.
Show that all. Look how beautiful and colourful
You'll
this is.
notice that they're not exactly the same. I wonder why, Catherine. So anyway, these two, I'm very happy with them. Then I did the weird little reindeer, deer, whatever you want to call it. Aren't they hilarious?
They're gorgeous.
And this little flower / orange on grass. I love it. So I did that.
Beautiful.
And then on the other side, I did the same.
I love your colours in this. Look how bright it is.
Yes, I love it. My deer and my orange / grass flower situation. Love it.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I was so funny last time. I was, oh, I'll finish the top bit. I just don't have a lot of time. And, you know, obsession with quilting. So happy with this, though. And someone did ask if I'd bought this fabric. Someone messaged me on Instagram to ask me if I'd bought the fabric already pre-done. So this is drawn thread hemming, drawn thread hem stitch. So just Google drawn thread hem stitch and you'll find tons of tutorials on YouTube. It's not hard. You just have to be a little bit patient.
It's beautiful.
It does take a while, but I think it makes such a difference. It's a nice finish. So very happy. Very happy.
Because it's not your intention to frame this, is it? Are you going to hang it on your curtain?
It's going to go on the curtain. I stitch it onto the curtain.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it wouldn't be a fortnight if I hadn't done a tiny bit of work on my pub. So
Yes.
this is a peacock, a unicorn and a badger, which is currently my favourite project because I'm basically just colouring in between the lines.
Because it's fabulous.
Something just went crashing down, and I've done the top of the strawberry stem just there. And possibly a little bit of green fill. But I couldn't tell you for sure.
Show me the top of the straw. I can't see it on the screen.
Just there.
Ah, that's what you meant earlier.
Yeah, to the top of a strawberry. I love this so much. And my friend Sue is doing the same one. She's doing the same stitch. And she's started at the top. So she's done the top bit and I've done this bottom bit. And we like to join them together. I'm like, oh look, we're halfway through. It's fun.
Great.
It's beautiful.
It is very beautiful.
So she's fun. Do you have anything else in the cross stitch world you want to show?
No, I do not.
Then I will show you.
Is this going to be boring for me from now on? Because I'm just going to do 2 at a time.
Oh, well, basically once I've got that, there's just that left.
No, I mean moving forward.
Oh,
I'm just
that's
gonna.
okay.
I'm gonna do the same 2 until I finish that top bit of one, and then I'll probably move on to another one.
That's all right. Hey, look, these poor people suffered through 6 months of Home Sweet Home,
You're
which
here
I
for
haven't
the
done any
chats.
more of.
Yeah, you're here for the chats. You're not here for the cross.
So this is my Reticella pin drum that I'm doing through the guild with Sue Lucas's class, and
Beautiful.
I am.
I was quite impressed when I arrived and I
Hope
saw.
that- I'm basically wrapping and cutting the threads. In preparation.
I can see something.
There's a hard plastic stitch to the back of that, so once that's done, you
'cause
put the pattern underneath it, and then you sort of stitch the pattern, and then you take the plastic off.
Who knew?
Who knew? So it was like a clear pocket.
And
So
you
that's coming
stitched it
along?
on.
Yeah, that's what, see the red?
Machine stitched?
No, it's just hand stitched on.
Did you pierce the plastic first?
No, it's not
Oh.
that thick, you just use a sharp needle.
Oh, interesting.
So that's coming along, because that class is next weekend, and I've had 2 months to get this done, and I'm of course left at the last minute. It's beautiful.
It's a way of life.
It is, we'll get it done.
Great.
And that is all the cross stitch and cross stitch. That's all the cross stitchy stuff.
Okay, so I have 2 projects. I have my knitting.
Mm-hmm.
So this is I'm knitting a blanket now with what was going to be a jumper for me,
Love this wool.
and I'm
colour.
using this honeysuckle stitch, which we all know I'm obsessed and I love. And this is my bust project. And I can probably do half a meter before it gets too bulky.
You can probably do more.
I mean, it depends. I am a bag lady when I go to work. I take a lot. I've got 20 centimeters already.
I reckon you could get a meter before you
Yeah,
really.
we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, I'm so happy with it.
It's beautiful.
I love the colour. I'm using, the brand of the yarn is Red Hut, which is New Zealand yarn. Unfortunately, they send it to China to be processed. But the yarn industry, the wool industry in New Zealand is complicated anyway, so I have bought yarn from Denmark. That is New Zealand yarn processed in Denmark and then brought back, which has cost me about 1/3 of the cost of what would be if it had been processed here.
Wow.
It's complicated, and also there's other cultural reasons why some of our yarn's complicated here, but anyway, I love this. And then so I've got a panel of this honeycomb stitch, and then the rest, like 2/3 of the blanket, is just knit stitch.
Just stitching it on the round.
No.
But it's on a round needle, circular
It's a
needles.
circular needle.
Yeah.
I only use
But she has
circular
got a
needles
cut.
now.
She has got a cut in it.
Yeah, no, it's not in the round.
Oh,
Yes,
beautiful.
Very happy. And this is very meditative, and I do it on the bus. I read in the morning on the way into work, and I knit on the way home. Although last 2 nights ago, someone chatted with me, which was lovely. but
Rude.
I didn't get to knit. Well, I knitted a little bit, but yeah. It's a little bit harder if someone chatted, because they came and sat next to me to chat. And I was like, so that's that. Have you got anything else?
Yes, I do.
What have you got?
So,
Ooh.
this is the quilt for my brother and his partner's baby. Now, the the top I've done with my sister. So my sister and I put the top together. I cut, she put it through the machine. Ow, there's
I'm
pins in
not
this.
recognising the fabric all of a sudden. I think things come through differently on photos.
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
So it was a joint effort getting the top done, and now I've brought it home to do the hand stitching, which she will do some of too. But we actually made 2 identical quilts.
Oh, really?
Because she's got a friend who's having a baby too. And so it was just a case of, we'll do two birds with one stone.
That is a lovely
half square
pattern.
triangle supernova. So this is like the starbursty bit coming from the middle. We stitched on the, what will be the trim, border, whatever, binding at the same time, but I'm not actually in love with this fabric, so I might cut it off and do something different. But we'll see.
So this is the same as the binding?
This will be the binding. So the idea is that you just wrap it over.
Also, it's a
stitch it down.
facing.
A facing, yeah.
Oh,
Careful, there are
okay.
needles in here. But this is it. And so it's only got
Sorry, I'm mindful of my lipstick. So you move it and I'm like, don't get on my lipstick.
Meh. There's 3. So we've got there's the honeycomb, there's the plain. That's not supposed to be plain. It's got bees on it.
Oh,
And
you
then
just
there's the cartoony
use,
bees.
You just use pins.
We have just pinned it because I haven't actually done any stitches to sandwich it together yet. So the pins are just holding it in place until I get my big hoop out.
Oh, you use a hoop?
I use a hoop because otherwise I am known to stitch like multiple layers together.
Because I use the quilting safety pins, so I don't use pins like this. So it's a little bit safer for me. Yeah, and I don't use a hoop. Don't like a hoop. I think a hoop just adds.
I've got tension issues. I need a hoop.
It just adds problems and annoyance to me. You know me and my relationship with hoops.
But anyway,
Great.
there's
This
a hoop
is really
for me, people.
super fast.
After years of telling you people that I've done quilts before.
The thing is, she doesn't keep them. She gives them away, which is like, it's totally weird. And you're quite happy to give them away as well.
I am quite happy to give them away. But of course, yeah, we'll come to that. Show yours and then we'll have a talk about shopping.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Masterpiece. Anyway,
So your sister is also hand quilting her?
she finished already. She finished within a week.
Oh, okay.
So we're not going there.
We don't like her. I finished. We've wrapped it the other way around because I'm not going to be able to open it. But let me just.
She's going to do a video on this. Watch it. It's stunning. Oh, you haven't said what it is yet, but it's still stunning.
So I made a quilt for my daughter-in-law. I wanted to make her something to feel like love, even though her family don't live here. And we've talked about it with her, as my son is kind of like. We've talked about how in-law family is not the same as family. For all that blood family can be very complicated and all those things, it just isn't the same.
Yeah.
It just isn't the same. It's a different thing. I'm not saying it can't be good, but it's just a different thing. So since all her biological like blood family are in other countries, I thought, wouldn't it be nice for her to get a quilt and sort of feel like that someone had taken the trouble to do something really special for her.
Do you want me to hold this up and you can point at things?
No, I'm going to do a video. I'm just telling you that I finished the
It's just
quilt.
beautiful. Show some of the loopy bits.
She's taken over.
It's gorgeous. This is the first quilt, we were talking about this before, that I think I've seen you do, where it's not a patterned fabric, it's just plain fabrics. And the pattern is all made with how you've pieced it and how you've stitched it, and it's turned out phenomenally well.
Yeah. I mean,
It's
I love the edges
gorgeous.
with all the different fabrics along. My binding. So all my patching is done by hand, and all the quilting is done by hand, and the binding is done by hand. But you can't see the binding on the front because the stitching is done before you flip it over. When I flip it over, I've started doing this, which is just a running stitch. I do a running stitch, and every so often I do a back stitch just for safety. I quite love it. And I also did, and this is quite important in the quilting world, I wrote. Done it again.
You done it again? Last time we were flying across the room.
Nobody complained.
Oh, you guys are too good.
So this one says, hecho a mano y con cariño para asma. Catherine Barriga, Waikouaiti, 2023. So it says, made by hand and with love for asthma. Catherine Barriga, Waikouaiti, 2023.
Beautiful.
And I can embroider perfectly. I'm just not interested in embroidering perfectly. I really want to see the hand. I try and make it uneven and unstraight. That's part of the aesthetics of what I'm aiming for. So I'm quite pleased. It's quite wonky. So I'm quite pleased. And the other nice thing about it is that, oh, I should have said that earlier. So
What are you looking for
the rings.
Ah.
So this red-ish is a brick red. It's her wedding skirt. She had it made. And this cream is her wedding top that she also had made. And this lace, which is a beautiful natural cotton bobbin lace, factory made but looks like bobbin lace, was part of her top design, and I've put it on the edging behind, so in front of the blue, which was a shirt that Martin wore and it looked very cute on him. So lots of lovely details. I'm really happy.
It's beautiful.
And this is the fabric. Nithya, do you remember you told me the name of this sort of fabric? So it was an Indian top, and because she's half Bangladeshi, culturally it's the same country, so I thought that would be a nice touch. So I'm super happy. I'm really happy with this, and I'm giving it away.
So
I'm
brave.
giving it away to someone in the family, so. And I sort of joke. I am really happy to be giving it to her.
It's beautiful.
I think it is wonderful if you can have a mother-in-law that can do nice things for you. I have a very romantic view of what a mother-in-law would be, because my mother-in-law died 6 months after I met her. I'm sure she would not have done a quilt for me. She was not that sort of woman. But in my head, I always say that if she was alive, we'd be great friends and we'd go for coffee. Probably not true. But you know, if you haven't had something, you can romanticize it. So there you go. And all the fabrics are second-hand in one way or another. So there's the binding that is blue was given to me by a colleague at work. She had bought it for some project, had left over, so she passed it to me. But most things are either from the second-hand shop or they were passed to me from like her wedding outfit that was made and stuff. So I'm super happy. And the wadding is wool. So that's it.
Beautiful.
Whoa.
So, okay, I'll show you what else I bought.
So now we're on to
Victoria's shopping.
Craft Pantry.
Right, I'm
Yes.
not going to show you Craft Pantry, but first of all, this is
no,
by the
it's
same
shining.
people that made my My Little Pony one. This is a Care Bear one. This is the Care Bear that I had as a child, the sleepy one, which I recently discovered I think my mum threw out. So we've had a bit of words, but that's all right.
She threw it out from her own house.
Yeah, because
you
I
don't
didn't take it out of her house
Yeah.
for 30 odd plus years.
Yeah.
That's okay. I've now got this beautiful brooch. And I also bought a new My Little Pony one. This is minty and she's gorgeous. And I've got more on the way because someone was selling their collection on Trade Me.
Very good.
More stitchy related. So after saying in the last Flosstube that I was looking at doing some sort of project bags, but I was looking to sort of not necessarily do the normal project bag sort of thing. I then went to Spotlight to buy the fabric. Sorry about that, people. My phone storage went full, so I had to very quickly delete some previous videos and some work photos. So, after last week's... Oh, we're not straight anymore.
We're not straight. Yeah.
I feel that wouldn't go too far that way.
Yeah.
So after last week's, I'm going to do it differently. I then went to Spotlight to get the quilty fabric and found some other fabrics. I'm going to make some pretty traditional bags. But look at it. So this is...
So Spotlight is a big department, sort of craft store in New Zealand and Australia.
This is Nightmare Before Christmas.
Have you seen the film?
Yeah.
I don't recall seeing it.
It's a good
I
film.
remember when it came out, but I don't think I watched it.
Tim Burton. Cute
There's a theme.
Care Bears. Mr. Men, is it Little Miss, the female? It's cute. Where's Mr. Diggles? And
Is that 5?
no, just 4. And Blowy. So eventually there'll be some project bags made out of that.
Yay! How much did you buy per
This is
style?
because I wasn't intending to buy fabric. I wasn't sure how much I would need, so I just half a meter. So I will have leftovers.
So it's
Just
2
go in the
fat
stash.
quarters.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Cool. Great. Looking forward to seeing what you do.
Yeah.
But you still need
I still need to get the batting that goes in the middle,
wadding, yeah.
the wadding, and the zips. I was gonna go get those this weekend, but I've spent all my money. So.
Don't forget they also have cheap zips in Stitch Kitchen.
Oh, check that out. Sorry, I went overboard because they had a big sale on last weekend.
Did they?
They did. It was it 50% off or 30% off? Like, it was a substantial. It went from, I think each half meter cost me about $10.
I lose track of how much things cost. I was waiting for the next sale because now I can start my next quilt, which is already sandwiched and ready to go, but I need a break. My wrists need a break. And then I thought, oh, I need to buy the wadding, but actually I can't afford to buy the wadding until I come back from India. So it doesn't really matter that they have a great sale.
No.
They always have a great sale. Like, you know, nowadays all the businesses have to go quite low for people to go out and shop.
Yeah, I can't afford to buy anything full price.
So
Yeah, when you come back, there'll be the Labor Day sales, Labor Day weekend.
I'm also thinking, if anyone out there quilts with a blanket inside, please send me some encouragement because I have plenty of blankets and really it's a more sustainable way of quilting. I've just never done it and I'm a bit nervous about it. I don't want to make a mistake and for it to not look good or feel good. So I kind of feel like I ought to try it. I've got 4 quilts. One's already wadded, so not that one, but I've got 3 that I could play around with, so really I ought to. But we'll see. We shall see. Because after India, I probably won't shop at all because I am planning to buy some hand stamped fabrics in India.
Beautiful.
That's kind of one of my things. So yeah. So is that all your shopping?
That's all my shopping.
Great. So this is it.
It was
I
short.
gonna say,
It was
this is
3
really
minutes
short.
and 40 seconds. No, it's about only about 35 minutes actually, I think.
Yeah, great.
40 minutes.
Great.
Much more manageable.
So your plans for the next fortnight?
I have to get the Rishicella drum stuff all prepped for the next class, which is at the next guild guild day, which is next weekend. So I've got to get that done for next weekend. I've got to do a whole pile of prep stuff for the next Odes class, which is happening in September. Just stretching fabric and stitching things down, which I'll show you when I've done it. And I would like to get this snow garden finished.
Yeah. When are your guild meetings moving to evenings?
I suspect that it usually coincides more or less with daylight saving.
Okay. Great.
So there's either 1 or 2 more weekend ones, I think. That's just going off my head. I haven't actually checked.
Great. Well, I'm just planning to continue on my 2 stitching projects. Continue with my blanket, crack on with the next quilt, which is my half square triangle scrappy quilt. But I also want to continue cutting for my other 5 or 6 quilts that I've got queued up.
Excellent.
So yeah. So hope this was fun for you. Hello to Fiona and Margarita. You probably need a sunny weekend to have a good time, so this is just all awkward. I'm thinking of you both, and yeah, enjoy the weekend and do some stitching. Kakite!
Kakite!